Good afternoon. Good afternoon, it's Karen here again in my kitchen on actually a very sunny Sunday afternoon. Odd time to be doing this sort of cooking. I'm making, I think it's a curry called Aloo Gobi, which is usually cauliflower and spuds. I'm making it with cauliflower and sweet potatoes. The thing is, the reason I'm trying to use the cauliflower up, but I like cauliflower to a certain extent. I don't want it every day, but my husband, John, well, he's a very picky eater, really. He doesn't like cauliflower, and he most certainly doesn't like sweet potatoes. Now then, last week, because we're still on lockdown, we're staying safe and we're staying home still. Well, last week we tried a new way to get some fruit and vegetables because our local farm shop had advertised that they were doing a drive-through, which meant that there was no shopping, you know, you were in your car, you paid like that through the window. It was quite a good idea. So off we went, but what we asked for and got was a fruit box and a veg box, and I knew that it was a bit of a potluck situation. And lo and behold, in our veg box we found the potatoes and the cauliflower. Typical. Anyway, I need to use it because we're not wasting anything, so I'm going to make a curry. So this is going to actually be a vegan curry, vegetarian vegan curry, but it's great for anybody and it's easy. I'm roasting the veg first. So what I've got here is very minimal ingredients. So what I've got here is 2 large sweet potatoes that I've just parboiled a little bit. They don't take a lot of cooking, don't sweet potatoes. I'm putting them into a bag. Random. Well, you might have seen me do this before actually. It's how I sometimes decide to get the oil if I'm cooking off in the oven. I use a bag to get it all squished up with the spices and with the oil that I'm going to use to roast them. And then the cauliflower uncooked, and that's obviously going in the bag as well. And you don't have to do this oven roasting thing, but I think it's quite on trend roasting cauliflower, and I think it probably does give it a bit of more of an edge. I chose sweet potatoes anyway, because obviously John's not going to eat any of this, to use the sweet potatoes, but also because I thought that the beautiful bright orange colour would look really nice. So that's the veggies in there. I am just going to put, this is sunflower oil I think it is. So I'm just going to put, I'm eyeballing it. I'm going to put a couple of tablespoons of oil. And then whatever spices, curry spices you have, if it's just a curry, you know, all in one, or you can mix your own. This is a Rogan Josh, and it's by, no, where's my little ticket? Oh, it's here. I just thought I'd give them a little plug because they are great. This is a Twisted Curry company, and it's a man and wife that do their own spice blending up in a little town called Wet Wang in North Yorkshire, well, the Wolds, near Bridlington. And I think it's such a cool name, Wet Wang. And I've met them and they're great, and that's what I'm using, but any curry you want. So this has got all sorts in and it's beautiful. So I'm just going to sort of put half a bag, and I'm just hopefully going to get the oil, and yeah, it's pretty much, you can see, can't you? And I'm going to give it a little anointment of salt and pepper, and I'm obviously making this up as I go along, which is often how I work. But I'm never disappointed, well, very rarely. I'm not going to be so smug. Not disappointed there. And I'm just going to pop that lot onto my roasting tray. Smells absolutely divine. All ready to go. See? And that is going into a hottish oven to do its own thing for, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to put together basic sauce, which is fairly standard curry. I'm turning the heat up. You can see that on here. So I've got 1 white chopped onion ready in that little bowl. And what else have I got? Yeah, well, I'll start off with some, just making sure that I'm switched on. Yeah, it's coming through. It's a bit all or nothing this sometimes, my electric wok. And then I'm going to put another tablespoon of oil into there. If you were watching your waistline, which I should be now, because being in lockdown I've been quite naughty, but you could use Spry Light on there to cut down on some calories. And then this is going into the oil. And I said this loads of times, but with a curry, or with most gravy type meals, casseroles, the onions need to be the starting point. But it's better not to fry them. We don't want to sizzle and get them crispy and burnt. We want to sort of sweat the onions down in the oil on a fairly moderate heat so that the natural sweetness in the onions comes out. It's got time to come out, and that's what makes the basis of a really good sauce. So we're going to put those into there. Pop that to one side and turn the heat up a little bit to get it going and move those about. Yeah, we're getting there, we are getting there. And I've got to go into here as well. I've got 2 or 3, however many you want, cloves of garlic, and I'm going to crush those in when the onions have started. So be a bit careful when you put the garlic into the heat, because if you put it in too soon, and it will burn and become quite bitter, and that actually spoils the whole thing. So again, it softly, yeah, gently, Bentley, my husband would say. So that's going to go in as well. I've got some ginger. You can use fresh ginger if you want to. I haven't been out venturing for ingredients. I'm using things that I have in, and this is a tube, and it's fine. Likewise, chilli. It's the holy trinity of curries, really. It's ginger, garlic, and chilli, and you can use fresh in all 3, or dried, or whatever you want. And I again haven't got any fresh chilies in, but I'm just going to go steady on that, because I can put what I like. I was just going to say, because John doesn't like it hot, but John won't be eating this, he'll refuse. So that's fine, this is all for me, and I will eat it, and then I will freeze it, and yeah, it's going to be lovely. So these onions are now starting to go sort of translucent, a bit see-through-ish, when they're starting to do their magic. So I'm going to put in probably all of this, because I can see there's not much in here. A good teaspoonful, I would say that is. And that's finished that one off. Finished it off. And I think we can put a few sprinkles of the chili flakes in there. Yeah. A bit more salt, pepper, all of this is to taste. It's really your own taste buds that you need to impress, not mine. No, not mine. So I think we can safely put the garlic in here now. So I've got a crusher. There we go. If you don't like garlic, obviously just anything you don't like, leave out. Some recipes, things are fairly fundamental. You know, if you're doing something with a red wine sauce and you're not putting red wine in it, you know, it's not quite going to hit the spot, is it? But with things like this, it's as you like it. So that's in. There we go. Yeah. Get all the extra bits off there. One thing about being in lockdown, my fingers will smell with the garlic, but who knows, apart from John, and you know, he's used to me. So we're just going to do that. And I've got a tin of tomatoes, regular to the chopped tomatoes here. And there we go. At that point, I can put those in. What I'll do is I'll get a bit of water, cold water ready, in case I feel that we need some. Because I don't know how it's going to turn out. So I'm going to turn the heat up now to get this tomato sauce doing its thing. I've got a bit of sugar. It's only 1 teaspoonful of caster sugar, and I am going to put some of it, probably half of that, into the tomato sauce. Just because tomatoes sometimes are a bit and need that little bit of sweetening up. So that's okay. And the other thing I've got, because it needs using, this is a lime that's going a little bit hard. Just rub it like that and just loosen up some of the juice in there. I like a vodka sometimes. If I'm feeling that way inclined, I like a vodka and Coke, and I like a slice of either lemon or lime in it. So I'm getting that open. This is now bubbling up. I'm going to pop a little bit of this water in to loosen that up. When I said that this is a vegan one, well, it is, because there's no animal fats, materials, and nothing's gone in here. But if you weren't bothered, if you were vegetarian, you could put some nice yogurt through it. If you wanted something creamy for the vegan aspect, you could obviously use some coconut milk, which I quite often do. But I don't think it's what they would normally do with this aloo gobi. It's quite often used also as a side dish when you're having a curry, so you'd order an aloo gobi, but it's fine obviously as a main. I'm going to have a little peek in the oven. So that needs a little bit longer in there. So what I think I'm going to do, viewers, I'm going to have a little break, let that oven do its own thing for another 10 minutes or so, and then I'll be rejoining you. We'll be popping the veggies in here, giving it a good old mix, and apart from the lime juice, I think that's pretty much it. So it won't be long, 10 minutes, don't go far, okay? Right, back. So the sauce is pretty much done. I think that's okay. I haven't added this sort of the lime or anything yet. The vegetables are in here. I'm going to get them out, okay? Just to stand back, otherwise that heat goes straight up my glasses and I can't see anything. So here we have the vegetables, and I'm going to pop them. This is straight into the sauce. Just one. I've got my salty and sweet here, so I'll drop those into there. It's a very vibrant colour, this, and I've been thinking about it in the interval when you all went to get your ice creams. I've been thinking, you know, if you wanted to sort of put more in, it would lend itself to spinach, and it would lend itself to garden peas as well. And of course, at the end, it would lend itself to some coriander, fresh coriander, but I haven't got any in. And now I'm going to, yeah, you can see that. I'm going to turn all the veggies through the sauce. Like so. I like. I'll turn the heat up. I'm going to do the bit with these limes now. See if I can get some juice going. Quite firm. I know what I've got in here. And you push and you do that. And that's it. A lot easier than me trying to squeeze. I had an accident about 4 years ago and I had a breakage, and that wrist is not as strong as it was before. So that is gorgeous. Always feels quite exotic to me somehow when I do that. And just make sure that's incorporated. It is. And it's gorgeous. Wow. Wow. Guys, let me turn off the fire and put it into a serving bowl, which makes it look 10 times better presentation wise. There's plenty to go at here, and I need another. There you go. So this is Karen's take on Aloo Gobi. Let me take my glasses off because I know they're lopsided. Hi, I'm just back again. At the end of the last bit of the video, I think I had a little bit of a technical hitch. So I just got to the point where I was putting the curry into this serving dish, and that's it really. You didn't miss much, but I've come back to just show you how beautiful and jewel-like that is. It's so gorgeous, and I'm really looking forward to trying this. And I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope that if you get your hands on a cauliflower or something, you just have a little go. Ordinary potatoes would work obviously just as easily in the most traditional way. And that's it. Karen's take on Aloo Gobi. Thanks for joining me. See you next time. Stay safe. Stay home.